Welcome to medicinal biochemistry class on protein and amino acid metabolism. So today we will learn about urea cycle disorders. So in a previous class we discussed urea cycle. So we know that it involves five reactions. In urea cycle it involves five reactions, and any disorders that is associated with urea cycle are associated with deficiency of the enzymes catalyzing those five reactions of urea cycle. So what are the specific learning objectives of this urea cycle disorder topic? So at the end of this class, the student shall be able to recall different urea cycle disorders, explain signs and symptoms of urea cycle disorders, recall diagnostic methods for urea cycle disorders, explain treatment of urea cycle disorder. Okay. So urea cycle disorder, more commonly it is called as UCD, abbreviated as UCD. So it is an inherited disease. So it is transferred from parent to offspring. So it affects how the body removes the waste that is made from breaking down of protein. So the waste is removed. Most of the protein waste is eliminated in the form of urea. So when a person eats food that contains protein, the body breaks it down into amino acids, and so which are the building blocks of proteins that are used by the body for growth and tissue repair, and uses those amino acids which are required, and the rest of the amino acids are converted into nitrogen, which must then be removed by the body. So in a healthy person, the liver supplies several enzymes to change the nitrogen into urea, which is then removed from the body in the form of urine. So the entire process is called as what? Urea cycle, which we have discussed in your previous class. So urea cycle disorder happens mainly due to deficiency of one or more enzymes catalyzing the reactions of urea cycle. As I said, there are five reactions of urea cycle. So any deficiency of one or more of the enzymes catalyzing those five reactions will cause urea cycle disorder. So as a result, ammonia, so which is a very highly toxic substance, builds up in the bloodstream and is not removed from, and if it is not removed from the body. So if it is left untreated, the higher amounts of ammonia can cause brain damage, coma, and eventually death. So what are the disorders of this urea cycle disorders? So they are named based on the initials of the missing enzymes. Okay. So like here, the first disorder is named as CPS. It is also known as hyperammonemia. So this is mainly because of deficiency of carbamyl phosphate synthase. So OTC, so this is also called as hyperammonemia 2. So this is because of ornithine transcarbamylase enzyme deficiency. Third one is ASD, so it is also called as citrullemia. So this is because of arginosuccinic acid synthetase enzyme deficiency. Fourth one is AG, it is called as arginemia. So this is because of the enzyme arginase deficiency. Fourth one is ALD, arginosuccinic aciduria. So this is because of arginosuccinase acid lyase enzyme deficiency. Sixth one is NAGS, so that is N-acetyl glutamate synthetase enzyme and deficiency. So these are the 6 disorders of urea cycle. So the signs and symptoms in all these cases is common because at the end, because of this, any enzyme deficiency leads to the buildup of ammonia in the blood circulation. So the age and the age of onset and specific symptoms vary between different types of urea cycle disorders. This mainly happens in infants and in childhood. So the onset of this disease is in infancy or in childhood. So the disorder is most often diagnosed in infancy, but some children do not show symptoms until early childhood. In children with severe UCD, the symptoms will develop within the first 24 hours of life. In the first day itself, this is diagnosed. So symptoms of severe UCD, that is urea cycle disorders, include that is the baby will become very sleepy and irritable. So we'll have feeding problems, including poor feeding and vomiting. So seizures, trouble breathing, and coma may appear at a later stage if it is not treated. So mild to moderate UCD symptoms include disliking meat, non-veg foods and other foods rich in protein. So vomiting and nausea, mental confusion and hyperactive behavior will be there. Often the babies will be tired and they won't awake very easily. So coma, so if it is not treated or managed. So the diagnosis of UCD, the diagnosis is made by analysis of urine and blood for abnormal metabolites, and higher ammonia levels in blood indicates UCD. So a liver biopsy can also be done to confirm the diagnosis, because this can lead to low level of enzyme activity in liver. And a genetic test also can be done to show whether it is genetic and to identify the particular type of urea cycle disorder. So that can help to manage the disease very well. An MRI or CT scan may be done to see if there is swelling of the brain caused by ammonia in the blood. So the treatment possibilities of ammonia cycle disorder are treatment, there is no permanent treatment for this, so only management is available. So that is why treatment is a lifelong process that does not cure the condition, but it can effectively be managed. Okay, so the symptoms can be managed effectively. So the frequent blood tests are done to monitor ammonia levels. So doctors in the areas of pediatrics, genetics and nutrition will work together to develop the child's treatment plan. And the child treatment involves low protein and high calorie diet. Medications, oral medications is given that binds to ammonia and carries it out in the urine. Okay, so the oral medications are given to promote the formation of elimination of ammonia. And amino acid supplements can be given, such as arginine and or citrulline may be added to the diet. So depending upon, so this mainly depends on what enzyme deficiency is there with the baby to help protein synthesis. And finally, liver transplantation may be attempted because the production of urea cycle enzyme takes place in the liver. A liver transplant can be an effective treatment for urea cycle disorder. Summary. So urea cycle disorder is a genetic disorder. It is due to deficiency of one or more of enzymes catalyzing urea cycle reactions. Symptoms appear during infancy or childhood. The disorders can only be managed, so there is no permanent treatment. Okay, so ultimately, so here there are 8 top tips to boost your learning. So first thing is so exercise, sleep. Okay, so vary your environment, change the settings periodically. 2-3 days you study in a certain setting, change the environment. That can boost up your learning. Okay, start with big picture, look at the overall picture, go through it, then create chunks of the topic and then learn. Then metacognition, keep learning about learning. That is, know your strengths and embrace a growth mindset. That is, focus on improving the knowledge, improvising yourself from where you stand day to day, day in and day out work. And focus. So Pomodoro technique, what we discussed, 25 minutes of totally focused learning, then take 5 minutes break, then again 25 minutes focused learning. So if you practice this, so this will be really wonderful. Retrieve, actively recall your memories through tests and or reflective conversation. Discuss with your friends, practice, analyze, self-assessment tests. And so these are very, very important. And spaced repetition, break up and distribute your study rather than doing in a single block. Spaced repeat. So study today a topic, don't study the same topic tomorrow, then day after tomorrow recall. So spaced repetition really helps. And exercise and sleep, good exercise and good amount of quality sleep will help you to store the learning very well in your brain. Okay, so this will activate your brain. Okay, so that will help definitely. Okay, thank you so much. So always learn with a smile. Happy learning.